Hello? Daylight savings, man. Mess me up. I have my breakfast, so I'm gonna eat. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Daylight savings. I just popped an egg yolk all over my finger. This is not the kind of ASMR channel I want to have. Not eating ASMR, no. Good morning. It's gonna gross me out. Yeah, my hands all are all dirty. I can't stand eating noises, so I'm muting myself while I eat, because if I can't stand it from other people, I certainly can't stand it from myself, right? Daylight savings got me this time, you guys. And gals. And people. You people. You humans. He got me. I forgot about it. And then we were out. We were with friends and we had somebody over and just stayed up late talking. And weekends I usually catch up on sleep because I work during the week. But daylight savings, I would have been fine. It's only supposed to be 9 o'clock right now. I missed a birthday. Come on. Where was this information? Susie, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to get up and wash my hands anyway. Because I have oniony, garlicky, bagel, egg juice all over my hands, so just give me a second. Give me a second, baby. Just wait, baby. Want to see the cute cat? Oh, shut the front door. Are you serious? That's my cat. She's so cute. Mimi. She's so cute. Hi. Hi, Annie. She really wants to be on my lap right now. It's her happy place. Hi. Oh. See where her tail is right now? She loves to play. Oh. She loves to play underneath this, under the desk. I taped this piece of cardboard in here. Because she liked it when I had, when my desk was pretty messy and I had a bunch of stuff just sitting underneath the desk. This is her little hiding place. And so, sometimes. I showed it for like a second. Okay, muting again so you don't hear my mouth noises. I'm gonna see if I can get this one finished soon. Because I have some big stuff to stitch. It's never taken me so long to finish a bagel. Goodness. Bagel sandwich. Hi, everybody. Daylight savings got me, if you're just joining. Daylight savings got me, and I sleep on the weekends, and my body thinks it's 9 o'clock. So I'm eating my breakfast on stream. I'm getting there. I'm close. Kip likes them not, he likes them individually, not together. It's like, how do you feed those both at the same time? No? Okay. Susie is a sniffer. She'll smell your food and then beg for it. But then a lot of times she doesn't want to eat it. She just like wants to beg for food, I think. So she loves it when you let her sniff your fingers. And she likes the smell of fried food, obviously. Susie just likes the smell because she doesn't have teeth, so she can't actually eat it. I think she'd have a hard time if she tried to eat some of the food that she likes to smell. Hello! That was sign language for I'm going to wash my hands and then I'll be back. You know when people are like, what language do you want to learn? I never think to say ASL or sign language, but that would be a very helpful one to learn. Okay, hey, let's kind of start the stream now. I had a bagel because I need to eat because I'm a human. Boy, it's a special mood today because I got roasted by dude, Zoe, I got roasted by the time change here in America where we do this thing called daylight savings time and we have to turn our clocks backwards in the fall and forwards in the spring. And we love it in the fall, right? Because we get an extra hour of sleep. And then in the spring, you're like, why do we do this? Never try Polish. Hey, from Ireland. Good to have you. I was asked if I had been to Ireland last night, and I was like, nope. But I have been to London. I've been to the UK. Long time ago. Long time ago. What was I saying? Don't learn Polish. I mean, it would be very cool to learn Polish or another language at that. But there's definitely not time to learn them all. Sorry, I'm tracking my package while I talk to you because I want to know where it is. Oh, it's USPS, so it won't get here till Monday. I don't know what's going on in my head, but it's like, I would want to learn one that's like useful to me. When I was living in California, Spanish would have been the most useful because I had Hispanic students, some who came without why isn't that showing up? Probably because it's somewhere else. Hang on. But now, I don't know if that would be the most, there we go. That's what I'm going to work on. I don't know if that would be the most useful to me. Yeah, I saw it on your channel. I was like, why didn't he tell anybody? No, streams are kind of funny. I feel like streams, like, if you're, I don't know, sometimes you just want to pop on and see who's there. That's what I did with my Instagram lives. I was like, I don't know who's on Instagram, who wants to talk. Right? Etsy does a really good job now. I saw when it was in the place where it came from, and then it tells me at 9:21 it arrived in the Baltimore distribution center, which means that they scanned it, right? I guess that's USPS tracking, not Etsy. Oh. I took this out again because I'm quite behind. And we'll put some stitches in it. Tiny stitching. I feel like there's so many things to talk about. You guys, we have some jingles coming in the world of FlossTube. I'm teasing some jingles. None for myself. I haven't done any for myself recently. Clearly, I recycled one that I did for Darcy in my own video, but is my music too loud or am I speaking too loud? Both? Where's my volume? So, yeah. Hey, Chrissy. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry if I didn't say hi to you individually. I was eating, and Kaylee can only focus on 12 things at once. Therein lies the problem. Yes, more jingles. So, make sure you're watching. I mean, obviously, make sure you're watching Darcy. These might be my best jingles yet. And Christy, I shared my musings jingle with Christy. Dr. Christy at Christy's Corner Christy's Needlework Corner? Christy's Corner Needlework. Christy's Corner Needlework. Oh, and I've got my DMC. Do you want to see how much DMC I've done on Floss Drops? And actually, I was worried that they would like be crimped, but I guess these were not bobbinated as early as some of these other ones. But I was gonna try to get a straightener. I haven't been to Target yet. I was gonna get a straightener. Dylan obviously poured his coffee really far. I don't know why this one is longer. I've been trimming them. So I've done that. I've done quite a few DMC. And then I figured out a really good use for these bobbin boxes. The, why am I showing that camera? The sulky surf, the Oversoir fits really nicely in here. The Invisifil that I've gotten fits in here, and the 2 more packages that I ordered will fit in here. So yeah, as I get these on drops, I can put my bobbins, my things in here. Ah, that's a good idea, Karen, especially since it's DMC, it'll work. I'm gonna show this on my floss tube, but you guys, I am so humbled. I'm humbled. Karen messaged me after my tiny stitching, and she was like, oh, I have some soie surfine. Okay, pause the actual stitching for today for a moment, because I'm gonna talk about tiny stitching again. As if one video wasn't enough. We're gonna talk about it on a live too. So, Karen, I'm like so grateful, but also like, come on, man, you said you were gonna send me one thing. So Karen sent me a picture of this. This is the Oversoir Surfine, and it's quite small. Tiny thread, right, for some tiny stitching. And she was like, I'll send it to you. And then I get a package in the mail, and it's in a priority box, which those aren't, like, they're small, but they're too big for one thing. I thought you were gonna send one thing. And Karen sends me not 1, not 3, but 5 bobbins of small thread to try. I mean, this is wonderful. This will last me a long time. Black, can always use black. Not only did she send me 5 bobbins, Karen, you're too kind. She sent me Tudor silk, 12 ply. This is by Gloriana. Oh, Karen. I opened these and I was like, no, send it back, please. Because I just feel so, you're so kind. It blows me away. It blows me away. Look at all of this. And I'm sending you something in return. It's not like materials, but I hope it's a good thank you. I'm still working on it. Yes, Julie. So I can't wait to try some of this. You're enabling me so hard to stitch everything tiny. This would probably look really good on 40 count. It's 12 ply, and it's wound really tightly. So I cut them quite short. You know how I like my DMC strands really long? I mean, these are pretty long for one strand of teeny stitching. They're so soft. Oh my goodness. Karen, you spoil me. This is sulky. And it's pretty thin. This, I don't know what weight this is. Is this the weight? 40 weight? It seems to... Oh no, yeah, that probably is 40 weight. It's not as thin as the Surfine, I don't think. But also they're different materials. See, look at... I opened it and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is so nice. I will enjoy. You'll give me so much joy stitching tiny things. And I think so Joy, I use, here's your standard like tapestry needles. This is size 28. That I usually use size 28 if I'm stitching on 28 count, 32 count. I'm gonna use a size 28 on this project that I'm working on. These are petites, so they're shorter. Still size 28, but I find these are a little thicker. Well, no, they're not thicker, but they feel thicker because they're shorter. Yeah, the Tudor silk is 120 by 2. But this is this feels a little it feels silkier than the surfing, but I haven't tried them. But just feeling it, like these feel really smooth. Forget about therapy squid, Ilonka. Therapy floss. This is what you get, Joy. Or Julie. I'm all over the place. But I found these for my tiny stitching. Or this comes from Ymir's recommendation. They are beading needles, but they're short and they have a tapestry point. So I was trying some beading needles and I kept 3 of them. I was trying some, but see these ones on the right? These are extremely long and they're extremely pointy, so they're not comfortable to stitch with. They're not fast to stitch, cross stitch with, but they look great for beading needles. So I sent off all of my beading needle haul, besides the ones that I like, to an old friend who does beadwork. Oh look, I have some Bowen 28. I've taken my whole needle collection out. Just kidding. I have way more than that. Excuse me. So let me show you what the... Oh my goodness. I have everything all over the place here. Let me show you what the beading needle looks like. So it's quite thin. And it's actually the same length as a size 28. So the size 28 is on the left and the beading needle is on the right. So it's quite a bit thinner, and it doesn't like stretch a hole in your fabric every time you put your needle through it. Okay, let me make sure I'm caught up on comments. Michal, I'll make you a jingle. For sure. Oh yeah. Oh yay, Julie. How do you like it? Isn't it kind of fun? Yeah, so I haven't stitched much with Sulky, but from what I hear people talk about it, they say one strand works really well on 16 and 18 count. So one strand of DMC works really well on 28, but DMC is thinner than the, must be 40 weight Sulky. Anybody know actually what one strand of DMC is? What weight it is? I might need to move around a little bit here. I have so many needles over here, so many threaded needles. What is that for? That's for this. So I'm behind. Here, let me move this over here. Oh my gosh. I can't get anything figured out here. There we go. I can get things figured out. Yes, you can, Kaylee. What should I work on? Should I work on the rest of this thing? Gloriana, man, I'm a noob when it comes to threads. Not that you know everything. You know, I wanted to ask Ymir if she had more heliotrope. Because I've used it, and I love it, but I want to stitch, like, I want to stitch something big with it. And it's because it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. But I don't know if this is enough for, like, an ink circles. I don't think it is. I haven't tried it. I don't know. 12 weight. Oh, okay. Yeah, Julie, the good thing about 28 count, and this is 32 count, and I find that I can do DMC on this 1/1 full cross. It does, here, let me show you. It does kind of turn out to be like a dot instead of a cross, but you can still kind of see it. So it is a little chunky on 32, but like these guys are 28 count with DMC. So I have a Haid that's 28 count, 1/1 full cross, and I love it. But 25 is really good too. Yeah. Karen is so Needlebug. Karen knows so much. Karen is like our professor, and everybody else is like the students in the class, and we're giving our opinions. But Karen knows like the actual. You're just very curious. Some thinner threads. Peanut Gallery, if you're stitching like a monochromatic thing, Julie, with one color, then you can pretty much try any kind of threads that are smaller than DMC. So there's, I haven't tried it yet, but there's Splendor Silk. That's a 12 ply, and that I think it's thinner. I need to try it though. Splendor. That's who makes Treasure Braid, right? Yeah. I have here. Let me. Since I have it right here, let me show you some other examples. So this is 25 count. This is a full coverage, but this is with DMC 25 count, and here's a darker section. So you do get a little bit of fabric showing through, but it's still, the coverage is really nice on 25. And then I do have one on 22 count. So this one, the fabric shows up quite a bit more, but it's still, I think the coverage is good on that too. I mean, I don't have a choice on these because I want them to be to scale and not for the ease of, you know, or I would rather have them be to scale than have them being full coverage or having the coverage be really nice. I mean, from that camera, you can't even tell. Should I put some stitches in, maybe? Weeks dye works are thinner, Mika says. Yeah. And Ymir has some really thin 12 ply stuff. Doesn't it? I love like trying different fabrics and working on different sizes. It's really fun. Like after I've worked on tiny stitching for a little while, like I have this 56 count. This is 56 count. Look, I put some extra stitches in this. And these are teeny, teeny, tiny. But then I'm like, oh, I kind of work on something that's with gigantic stitches, like 14 count or something. Hey, Yvonne. I haven't even tasted my coffee. I've been so excited. Okay, get a needle, put some stitches in. Thread the needle. Come on, Kaylee. Thread the needle. What color are we looking for? We're looking for dark here. I have started using thread magic when I'm working on smaller counts. Except with the Invisifill. You don't have to use that. But I will probably start keeping a sponge. Because that's a good idea, Karen. Susie! I think she wants to be up here. Well, come up here then. Ooh. Okay, and she starts stitching, finally. How long have I been live? 37 minutes and I haven't put a stitch in. Well, thanks for talking about all the tiny stitching, guys and gals and people. Is this the right way? Is this what happens when you have a lot of whips, is you forget which way you're crossing on this project? Because I had to remind myself which way I was crossing my X's on this. I hope you all are doing well. What are you stitching on besides all the tiny things? Oh, I'd never marked these stitches off when I was working on this. Well, they go in into today's stitch count, I guess. Thanks, past Kaylee. The only thing I can find is DMC. Size 20. Oh, DMC is size 25. Huh. Not the said that embroidery thread and sewing thread are weighted differently, which that would make sense. But then people like me who are cross-stitching and embroidering needlepoint with sewing thread are messing it up. I'm gonna have to write a jingle for We Want 56 Count Evenweave, aren't I? That one might take me a while because the program that I use has music loops. That's why I can crank them out kind of fast. It's not me performing all of the instruments on these jingles, y'all. But it has, I don't know if it has any with 7 counts. Not 6, 7 counts. Yeah, because, and then I think embroidery floss, they have the weight / strands, right? Or maybe they do a sewing floss too. Because the Tudor silk says 120/2. I should just write a whole song about tiny stitching and all the different weights. With 6 fingers up as the thumbnail, yep. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about. In my tiny stitching video, I chanted because I was talking about Zweigart not making 56 count even weave anymore, because Karen sent me, I think, which in my mind is the only piece left of 56 count even weave. I'm sure it's not, but then I chanted, "We want 56 count even weave," which is 7 beats. We want 56 count even weave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I knew it was a jam because I was like, oh, that's an abnormal amount of beats. And then I held up 6 fingers. I was like, we want 56 count even weave. It's 7, Kaylee. And I had a whole moment on my Instagram stories where I went and found my master's degree in music, and I showed you because I do have a master's degree in music. So I should know how to count music, but didn't know how to count in that moment because I was so excited about 56 count even weave. Man. Yeah, I'll have to write a whole song on that, won't I? I really like this floss color. Blood orange. And I like this pattern too. Like it sat for a long time. Clearly it sat for like 2 months without being worked on. I worked on it 2 days. No, I worked on it 1 day in January. I got like the border, and then February came out, and I was like, oh, I should work on that again. No, I worked on it 2 days in January. And then I did Engel and put it away again, and March came out, and I was like, Kaylee, we need to catch up. It's only like 2,000 stitches per month, which is not that much. I mean, I've been plowing away at some tiny stitching and... Oops. Let me turn off the vibrate on my phone. You guys, Nati sent me a thread guide. Oh, awesome. Now I gotta go see it. Stitching. Oh, she sleeps, Stephanie. I guess this is why you should have Discord, huh? Because then I could just like have my Discord and people could post their pictures in there. That's why people want me to go on Twitch, right? She sleeps. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's really pretty. Vintage housewife. Nice. I just had a thought, but I don't think it... I'm not super delayed, am I? What is everybody else stitching on? We get to see one of our California friends today. He is flying back from Connecticut, and he has a connection in Baltimore, DC airport, BWI. Yeah, I follow you on Twitch, Karen. I think I tried it one time. And I didn't have any followers, so I don't know if anybody showed up. But the I think the lag is a little bit better on Twitch, from what I understand. Because there's a little bit of a lag using my streaming software on YouTube, but all the extra things that Twitch does kind of overwhelm me a little bit, like the bits and the follows and the subscribes. Like it all is kind of like, and then like people can give you money, and I'm not ready for that. I don't know. I think you can probably Jennifer knows because you've tried it a little bit. And Michelle Bendy streams on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know what really the advantages are to it. I really like streaming on YouTube. It's easy. It's easy to add the chat. Like Twitch just seems like it would, I don't know. I would just have to sit down and learn it. In my mind, tasks often seem bigger than they are, so. I know OTB Purple used to stream on there, but she did really basic too. The plants. 2/2. Yeah, see, sometimes you need some 2/2. 2/2. Do I have everything? This is what's happened to me. I have right now if you're not counting black work, I have one project that's on 18 count. And that's the biggest that my stitches are. I have some over 2 on 56 count. I have one project like that. I'm planning to start one that's like that. Oh my goodness. All of my stitching is a size 28. There's 28 stitches per inch or less, except for one project. Oh my goodness. I need some more variety. I need to start more things. But then I'm gonna want to start them tiny. Big nature quicker. Oh, I'm missing some. I'm stitching on the mini art. Oh, yay! Oh, I need to do that one. Hannah, I need to, or I want to do more of those. I don't know, my poor full coverage pieces. I have been itching to get back to them, but like the bug is so strong with these teeny tiny projects. Like I want to do more mini masterpieces. Because I want to try out my DMC that are hanging on my long floss drops. That's the nice thing about a monochrome piece. You don't have to switch threads. Too many channels. Yeah, Twitch is pretty stimulating. I mean, it was meant for video games, which are pretty stimulating too. Although, my old roommate, his old roommate was a Twitch streamer, and he, can can't remember. I think he had a music degree. And he would play songs. It would be like a live concert on Twitch. And he specialized in video game music. So, like, people who were on the Twitch platform for the video games and then wanted to enjoy some music, he played piano and he took requests. Like, you would either pay in bits or money to request a song. And he has a lot of followers and gets consistently, for a music channel, getting like 50 viewers per stream is really, really good, but he gets over 100 and he's probably bigger now. But from streaming, his viewers like chipped in enough money to buy him a piano. So he has a grand piano that he performs on, and he's really fun. He's really fun to watch. Do a full coverage in tiny stitching. I mean, if 40 count is a challenge, then I got 2 of them. I have 2 40 count. They're both on the scroll frames. I should bring those out. I should get those out. Here, let me show you a picture of them. I'm doing this one on 40 count. Where are you? Are you behind there? Oh, there you are. I'm doing the Barnyard Animals, the full-size version. And then, beach. Beach. Oh, I need to... Is that it? I don't know if that's the picture. I don't think that's the picture. Is it? Maybe that is the picture. It's been too long. I don't think that's it though. That was the beach one was my my first Heaven and Earth design. I can show you what one on 40 count looks like, Joy. Oh no, it's a different picture. That's the beach one. Oh, it's the same beach, but a different angle. There. So I'm stitching that on 40 count. Joy, let me show you a picture of 40 count. I have not tried, which I guess this is my cue. I need to try a 56 count with DMC half stitch. Let me show you. I am getting organized, y'all. I uploaded all of my pictures to my Google Drive. I ordered extra space on my Google Drive. So here's some more pictures of the 28 count. What's full screen on here? There. Oh, I see. There's Van Gogh. He's 2.5 centimeters wide. Oh, I did that one too. That one's in my Tiny Things display. Here's the 40 count. So it's just over 2 centimeters wide. I can't remember how tall it was. But that's with DMC half stitch. Whoop. On 40 count. 40. Verdal. So, I mean, 56 would be tight. I'll try it though. I'll try it for me and for the people. We'll try anything. One, two, three, four, five. How many we got? Yay! There's too many things to stitch, right? The quirky Quakers, which, oh, I can talk about that. Not like I'm looking for things to talk about. Here's my finish from yesterday. Quirky Quaker unicorn, although it's not named, but it's a unicorn. And yes, I know the light color is a little too light and it blends in, but the floss color is unicorn. How could I not stitch it with a unicorn? And I forgot that I had this blue fabric, this blue 32 count, and I was like, what am I gonna stitch this on? I'm stitching everything on white. But I had this blue, so I stitched it on the blue. And this is another Ymir color, blue raspberry. Blue raspberry? Yeah, doesn't make sense, but we won't question. But I think I'm gonna stitch this again. I think I'm gonna stitch it teeny tiny on 56 count. Yeah, that's about what we got, Steven. It was blowing and it was really, really windy yesterday, but that was about it. It wasn't like, I don't know. I'm from North Dakota, where the winters are 8 months of the year. So it's like, oh wow, listen, feel this this cold snap. And then it's done. No more. When I was in college, there was I guess a cold snap is kind of longer than a day, right? When I was in college, there was a week where it did not get above, the high was never above -10 Fahrenheit, which is very cold. What color do I want to do here? Do we want to keep getting... Yeah, I want a long, whoops. I want a long piece. We're gonna go ahead and stitch for a long time with this. Welcome to Kaylee Cross Stitch, where the goal is to run out of stitches to stitch before you run out of floss to stitch those stitches. AKA really long strands. I forgot, Steven, are you in Pennsylvania? I'm mixing up my needles. I have my beading needles out, I have my 28s out. This is not good. Let's see. Here we go. Long threads. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Pennsylvania got hit harder than here. For weather. Yeah, when we had that week of, uh-oh, I lost a needle. I think. There it is. It's in my lap. This needle minder is not very strong. I have some needle minders in the mail. I'm gonna take this out. I don't know, that's a flaw, I feel, of some needle minders, is the magnets are not strong enough. So then you lose your needle. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that cold snap that we had when I was in college. Excuse me. I had a car battery, like, die completely. Like, it would not charge. And I think it's because somebody, I can't remember if it was me or my cousin who had borrowed my car, because her car wouldn't start because it was so cold. I can't remember who it was, but somebody left the lights on, and then the car battery went dead, and then it would not recharge. It, like, did not recharge because it was so cold. And so in minus 20 degree weather, I had a very kind neighbor who helped me replace my battery because I didn't have the tools. I didn't have the tools that I needed. It was very cold. It was a very cold day. Not a good time. Let me zoom in here. Bonk. Oh. The needle minders. It took me a while to get back to that, Teresa. Turn them upside down. You mean you put the back magnet on the front of your fabric? Yeah, wow, it was, I mean, this is like, I don't know if any of you are familiar with, like, super duper cold temps, but they sell cars in North Dakota that have an engine block heater installed. So you you plug in your car at night. You plug it in just to an electrical outlet, and it heats the engine overnight. Not like, you know, actual heat. It's just like to prevent it from, what am I saying, actual heat? Of course it actually heats it, but it's like to prevent all the fluids in the engine from freezing. And you have to put special windshield wiper fluid in that doesn't freeze. Like, that's what they advertise in North Dakota, is windshield wiper fluid that does not freeze. Or it's stays liquid down to X degrees. It's pretty intense. I've noticed that I love stitching in hand, but I think I pull too tightly for it, and it has to be the right kind of floss. I don't know. I like stitching in hand, but I find that in the hoop it helps the stitches like stay the same amount of tight with each other. Yep. Or Minnesota too. Gets pretty cold. It didn't get as cold in my hometown in central North Dakota, but where I went to college was in the flat part of the state. So it was just windy and cold. It didn't snow as much, but it was windy and cold. I know. I notice, Michael, if I have a stiffer fabric, then it goes a little bit better in hand. But if it's really loose fabric, like I don't know how people do it that. I like how this turned out, the shading on these. Like the house is the bright color, and then a lot of the birds are the darker color. It's cute. Oh, this song is very quiet. Like, all of a sudden I can hear my voice really well. I think I'm gonna do this one. Whoop. I guess I need to watch more people who stitch in hand and who use the sewing method. Because I think I would really like the sewing method. I mean, you certainly can't do it on tiny stuff, but I think I would like using the sewing method. Oh, yeah. Now this one is louder. There we go. Yeah, South Dakota too. I don't know, I'm from North Dakota, and I think that South Dakota is a more interesting state geologically. Like there's buttes and the Black Hills are really pretty in South Dakota. Like North Dakota, the western part of the state has some really beautiful terrain. like around Medora. That's where Teddy Roosevelt went. That's the kind of like the only claim to fame North Dakota has, is Teddy Roosevelt spent a lot of time there. And I mean, Lewis and Clark went through there, but there were already people living there. And they have the Enchanted Highway. That's kind of cool. They have the world's largest Holstein cow, the world's largest buffalo, the world's largest crane. Oh. Yep, flat and windy. North Dakota and South Dakota, the eastern part of the states, like once you hit, I don't know, 2/3 across the state from left to right, then it turns flat. And they make jokes about it, like you can see your dog running for 3 miles because it's just so flat. You know, I was thinking about this unicorn, Quirky Quaker. I think this is the problem with one of the difficulties that is with small stitching, is that your variegation, if you have the variegation matters. So this variegation goes kind of slowly. If the variegation had gone a little faster, then you could kind of see the colors a little bit better. I mean, that, and it doesn't show up well on this fabric. Right, Yvonne? You can see your dog running for 3 miles. Go to Stitching Natty's Instagram and look at hers. She did a black unicorn with like really bright rainbow accent. It's really cool. What did you use? Treasure braid? I don't remember. But Natty did hers on 32 count. Why am I telling you when I can show you? Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Everybody, look at this. Whoa! Look at how pretty that is. Treasure braid. Is that what I said? Oh, look, you used the Gloriana. Oh, we ran out of music. See, it's in a moment like this where I have like a bunch of things happen. A bunch of different things. And I'm like, am I in a stream? Man, the daylight savings just kicks me. It wrecks me. Look at how cute that is. Like, this variegation goes really quickly. That's really nice. And you picked a good fabric color for the flosses. Actually, I think I'll have to rethink this, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is the first like colored fabric I've used besides white, black, or a neutral brown. No. I'm boring! Oh no! I think this is the only color fabric I have. Besides, like, hand-dyed brown neutrals. Oh. Yeah, it's my first finish. I mean, I have this, but this is still pretty neutral. Oh my goodness. I'm boring. I'm boring. I'm unadventurous. I'm gonna have to start looking for some of the fabulous Verdal. No, I'm not gonna have to because I've spent a lot of money already this year. By my standards. Okay, I'm gonna end the thread. I'm gonna be a good stitcher and end the thread. Or maybe I'll just do this. I'm just gonna pass it under and then carry it. Less of a carry. Shame on me. I don't care. 2, 4, 5. It was a fun stitch. That's why I think I'm gonna do it again when I get my other tiny flosses, and I'm gonna do it again. Or maybe I should do it with some of those silks. One, two. I really like being able to do running stitches. Let me see if I can explain this. So like, you know how when you stitch with variegated thread, you kind of have to do stitch by stitch. Otherwise, your variegation is going to be funky if you leave stitches uncrossed and then go back and cross them, depending on the variegation, right? But I don't know. I think it's because when I learned to cross stitch, anytime I could, I used running stitches. Like if I was stitching a big block of color, I used to stitch cross country, and I would stitch like a huge block of color at a time, which no wonder why I got bored of that, because that's pretty boring. But I would at all costs use running stitches. So I would stitch like this huge block and then go back and cross all the ones on the top so that I could continue up here. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, I'm not going to try to explain it. The point is, sometimes I leave stitches uncrossed for the sake of running stitches, but with variegated threads, yeah, it's efficient in my mind. But then with variegated threads, you have to be threads, you have to be careful of that. I'm going the wrong way here. We're gonna get lucky. We're not gonna catch as we unstitch, we're not gonna catch any threads and cause any knots. That was very lucky. That never happens. Sometimes it happens. Kaylee, back pedals, back pedals, back pedals, back pedals, back pedals. That was a good jingle. Darcy back pedals. I was proud of that one. See, we've come full circle now. We're back to talking about jingles. How do I want to do this? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I guess I do have some. I had one where I did that and I didn't even mind it. Whoops, sorry. Here, let me show you let me see if I can explain what I mean. Oh, I didn't need that one to go full screen. I needed this one to go full screen. There we go. So I did that here in Mary Poppins' dress. But that's not a picture of the dress. Here's one. So I kind of like did these diagonal sections of where I wanted the dress to change, but then when I went back and crossed some of these, the variegation was different. And I actually kind of liked it. So it started as the lighter thread, and I went all the way down, and it went all the way back up, and when I went back up, the variegation had changed. Same thing here, it started dark, and by the time I got back up, it was light. But these random stitches, I think I stitched those first, but I should have waited. I should have completed them here and then done them, but whatever. You live and you learn. This was 3 strands on 14 count. And then there's a cat hair. Oh, the other kitties. Do you remember those kitties? I finished this one myself. Did okay. It wasn't amazing. I'm stitching this again, you guys. I'm stitching this on 56 count. I haven't worked on it in a while, but I should get back to it. I should get back to that. We should all get back to all of our projects, right? All of our languishing tweeted. Yeah. Get back to all your projects, everybody. Wait, so I've maintained the amount of viewers in this stream? Because usually by this time I have some people I have like a drop off in viewers, concurrent viewers. Thanks for staying, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chilling with me. Yvonne, I do too. That's a story that I've told a few times on this channel. When the pandemic hit, I had been doing the musical at my elementary middle school, and we were doing Mary Poppins, and we were a week away from opening. And then at my other school, we were doing Hairspray, and it was Hairspray is a hard musical. There's lots of music in Hairspray. I already crossed those? What did I just do? Oh. Okay. Well, we made it. We were gonna do Hairspray at the other school, and we were not as prepared. I don't think the students would mind if I said this, because they knew too. Like, it was a tough show. It was really hard. A hard show. And it was very, very sad that we couldn't perform it. But I was a little bit more sad at Mary Poppins, because we made something out of nothing with Mary Poppins. Like, some parents really went all out with the costumes. We didn't have a budget for that, so they were going out of pocket, and we had parent involvement. I mean, it was going to be a great show. The designer of Darling and Whimsy, the Quirky Quakers, just liked my post. That always gives me so much joy. I'm like, the designer liked it. The designers are just people too. Hey! Oh, no worries. I literally ate my breakfast for 20 minutes on the stream. 'Cause daylight savings, like, come on, man. I mean, you're on time. You're basically on time if daylight savings hadn't happened. Yes, waitress. I love Sarah Bareilles. Okay, what do I do with this? I think I'm gonna do that. And then go backwards. I don't know. Well, you know what we should do? We should do some diagonal on this. No, it wouldn't really matter that much, though. Right? Because the variegation kind of changes. Yeah, it wouldn't really matter that much. But it would be cool. Thinking out loud, everybody. Yeah, I think we'll do diagonal. Okay, and then, yeah, let's do that. Waitress. It's a heavy show. Like, I haven't seen it, but I listened to the soundtrack a lot. And then oh, we've definitely heard this song before. On stream. Then, if you don't know the show of Waitress, it's about this waitress. And she... Here I am talking about it like I know it. And I think she's in an unhappy marriage, and then she gets pregnant, and she kind of willingly has an affair with her doctor. And I think she leaves the marriage or something, but there's some really heavy, emotionally heavy songs in it. I do not know Aurora. Maybe I do. The Angel. Is that the February one? I think I'm stitching it. I don't know. I think I will do the alternate instead of the duplication, do the alternate that he provided. We're gonna try something here. See if this works. We're gonna do a little diagonal. Diagonal. Variegation. Variegation. See, this string has held up a long time, huh? I started it up here, and we've stitched all of this. Not too bad. One, two, three. Is that right? Yep, that's right. Oh, yeah, I know that. Oh. Boy, that's a blast from the past. Past of... How long ago did that movie come out? 2 years? 3 years? 1, 2, 3. What? My viewer count went up? This is the part of the stream where I'm like super focused on my stitching and my viewer count goes kind of down. But what the what, you guys? What the what, you gals, you people? What the what, you people? Okay, so if we go down, up, down. Okay, great. Do, do, do. I guess, you know, I guess the stitching is that interesting. Hello to all of you. This has been a good stream. This always puts me in a good mood. And then I forget that it puts me in a good mood throughout the week. I need to remember that I get put in a good mood from my stitching. And my stitchy streams. It's the country music. You're staying for the country music. Why? Hey, today I don't have to do my laundry. I did it yesterday. Because I thought I'd be spending a lot of time with our friend, but his flight was delayed. So we're not spending as much time together. Sad. I guess the stream goes pretty well when I have calm music on. Oh, okay. Start the puppy. Yay. Did I answer you? Oh, sort of. I don't really know. Are you talking about... Did he give an alternative for the angel? Is it the cherub that you're talking about? The... I'm keeping the grapes, I think. Oh, but that thing looks really fun. I need to actually study everything that he's said in there. It doesn't give an alternative for the angel, does it? He gives an alternative for the duplicate of the grapes, right? I think I'll do it without the symmetry. I'll do the... Ooh, the alternative to the grapes, though. I like that thing. Two jolly Dutch fellows with a small tree of life. I want to do that one. The tree of life. That's really... I like that. So no grapes. But the grapes are cute, too. I don't know. Yeah, if there's no alternative given, I'll just stitch it as is. But I do like those birds. In the March version, or in the March pattern, it has an alternative for the Caleb and Jacob. And I think I'll stitch those little birds with the heart and the crown. So I will not duplicate the boys. Sneeze. Ooh. Oh, speaking of sneezing, my district has lifted the mask mandate. My school district. And the city must have too, because employees in the restaurant last night were not wearing masks. It's very strange. I've decided that I'm going to, if I have distance from the students, I will pull my mask down. Oops. A, they can hear you better. B, they can see your expressions. But if I'm close to a student, I think I'm going to pull it up again, because I hadn't really thought about this, but I have not been sick from school in like 2 years. Because you know how when you, well, maybe you don't, but when you move schools as a teacher, and you go to a new school, then all of their germs and stuff, you're exposed to a whole bunch, to a new pool of germs. And that's gross. A pool of germs. And as, like, especially as a new teacher, you get sick a lot because you're around so many germs. But I haven't had that in Baltimore yet because I've been wearing a mask the whole time. And I've been wearing KN95 since September. So I don't really want to be sick a whole bunch in the next 2 months, 3 months. So I think that if I'm close-ish to a student, I'll pull my mask up. Because it protects others from your germs and juices, but I'm convinced that it protects you from others. Obviously, I mean, it's harder for molecules to pass through a mask. It's possible, but it's harder for them. You decrease your chances. Yeah, I don't know if doctors will ever stop, and nurses, I don't know. I mean, surgeons certainly aren't going to stop wearing them for surgery, so... Yeah, like school nurses, oh my gosh. If I was a school nurse, I would wear my mask all the time, even if there wasn't. I don't know. It's really interesting how since the pandemic, like, you think a lot differently about how you get sick, right? And like, shame on me, but I used to not really pay attention to like getting sick and being sick and not going to work sick. I mean, I certainly called in sick a couple times, but if I had like the sniffles or something, I'd just go to work. If I was fine enough to teach. Yeah. Yeah, I don't... But now I'm thinking differently about it. I'm like, other people can get sick from my germs too. I don't know. I may be revealing too much about myself here. How irresponsible I used to be. Can you hear Susie? She's digging around in her... Are you finding what you need, BB? Are you... She's like standing straight up, and I think she's trying to go number 2. Oh. Anybody else watch your pets go to the bathroom? I feel really weird. Susie. Oh, she pooped. Exactly, Stephen. Like, if everybody called in sick. But I feel like in America, I don't know, maybe, I'm sure... Oh, stinky poop. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Susie, that is a stinky poop. Stinky baby. Ooh. The air freshener is within reach. Hang on. Oh, she didn't bury it. She didn't get it buried all the way. Dang it. There she goes, cleaning herself. What a fascinating stream, Kaylee. What, just riveting. Talking about your cat pooping. Poop is funny. I'm very immature. Yeah, if everybody called out for a sniffle, but then, oh, here's what I was saying. Like, we're not accustomed in America to, like, I'm just gonna say it. It's not normal for us to wear a mask if we're sick, right? Like, masks were things that people in meat plants wore and doctors, not like everyday people in public. So, but then in some Asian countries, like Japan did really well with the pandemic. Their numbers in the beginning were really good because everybody was like, oh, it's time for us to wear a mask because we don't know if we have it or not. So we could have it and we're just gonna wear a mask because we might be contagious. Because we don't know if we have it. And so their numbers in the beginning were fine. I didn't follow them in recent months, but I mean, it seemed like seemed like the US didn't do very well with stopping the spread because we like weren't very educated on the masking. And I mean, it was kind of unclear in the beginning, because at one point we were told, no, don't wear masks, and then we were told, actually that was to make sure that all of the health workers had the masks, so now you should wear a mask. And yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. Still is a mess. I don't know, it's very strange to 2 months ago have had like the worst surge from Omicron. We had the worst surge of COVID cases. Like, some schools in our district went virtual for a week, and a lot of teachers were sick from Omicron in January when we came back. And now, like, what, 2 months later, it's like, masks off, everybody. I mean, but we don't have cases, but oh man. I don't know. Yeah. Freedom. We're blurry again. Look at this little deer. Oh, I haven't been showing you the pattern this whole time. What am I caught on? Oh, the microphone. Did I? I did trim it on the back. Okay, here it is. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I do have a friend who said, he's a teacher as well, and he said, like, when the mask mandate lifted, his classroom management worked much better. So maybe if students can see my face, maybe they'll... I knew that was a issue. Like, being able to see a teacher's face is really important for kids. Right, Suzanne? I haven't gotten it either. I don't know how. Like, I've been teaching in public schools, and I have no clue how I've not gotten COVID. It's possible, Betty, but also we were being tested in our school district, at least. It was either pool testing or like the PCR rapid test. So at my middle school, I took a spit test every week, and students did too. And if they came back with a positive, then they were sent home. And they tested staff before we came back from winter break, and some people were sent home. Like, and that's when they started changing all the... Sorry, that was loud. That's when they started changing the 5 days, 10 days thing. 10 days to 5 days. And it was very confusing. Like, granted, with the vaccine, it's much less severe. Like, you probably won't die if you've had the vaccine, right? So, but it was like, at least in my district, it was kind of inconsistent. It was like we were being told that schools were safe for kids, but then I knew that not all of our student body was being tested, because we had an opt-in testing instead of opt-out testing. And you had to have a permission slip to be able to be tested. So not all the students were being tested. So kids could be sitting in class, and the kid next to them, they know that they're not being tested, and they have their mask down. Like, it was just like, well, they could be spreading it. And they said that they were required to be tested elsewhere and bring in a note, but that's really, really hard to manage all those people who, you know, are supposed to be bringing in notes, and maybe not all of them do. And it's just something that kind of slips through the cracks. So, yeah, I don't know. It could have been the regular flu, but since they were testing for COVID, it was, you know, a lot of cases were COVID. Yeah, I agree, Karen. I mean, I haven't taken a day off. I haven't taken a day off this year. I didn't take any days off when I was teaching virtually. And it's not like I want to take a whole bunch of days off, but also I haven't had a day off. I don't know. Oh. They test for both the flu and COVID. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Oh, the bus drivers. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's not a good time to be a bus driver. It's not a great time to be a teacher, but it's really not a good time to be a bus driver. Like, yikes. I was talking to somebody who teaches in the area but not in the same district as me. And in terms of like behavior, I was pretty happy to realize that I'm in a decent a decent school in terms of support. Like, I'm a music teacher, but music is not required in the state of Maryland for students to have. So they call it resource. And there are multiple different resources. Art, gym is considered a resource. Like, if anything should be required, it's a gym class. Goodness. And it is required, but they don't, like, at the middle school, they only got it for 1 quarter. And if they were lucky, they had it for 2. But, yeah. So then, like, some schools have a support team. So people who you can call to say, hey, there's these behaviors happening. Can you come and help for support to have another adult? And at my school, they come right away, or they have assigned somebody to be in the room with me while I have a class. And I was talking to this other teacher, and he said that he had a situation where he needed support and he called and they didn't show up for 20 minutes. And it was a serious situation. Like students were harming each other and they didn't show up for like 20 minutes. And I was like, what? But at my school they have somebody who will come right away if something happens, which is really nice. Yeah. I'm still gonna use sanitizer. Yeah. Yeah, they call resource like non-core curriculum subjects. Oops. Ooh, that was lucky. Art, dance, PE, music, technology. So there are those. This is always kind of hard for me to talk about. I mean, when you talk about students that need more support, it's really hard to talk about to like to I don't know, to approach it from like, what are their needs? What are their needs? Like, do they need somebody to talk about for emotional support right now? Because nobody has listened to them. Nobody has talked through a difficult situation with them. And it's acting, and we say, oh, they're acting out, or they're can't control their behavior, but it's usually a response to something else that has happened. And then when there's a transition, when they leave their classroom where it's a quite controlled environment, like they can't mess around in their classroom because the teacher has stuff to teach, right? But then when they come to resource, then, you know, it's a little bit different. It's a different person teaching. They don't know me as well. So then you like, there's so many places where people attach blame, like, oh, the teacher doesn't have good enough classroom management, or the student just can't control themselves during a transition, and maybe it's harder in a transition. I mean, as adults, transitions are hard. So, like, what I like about my school is that they take the time to consider those things. It's like, okay, so what's going on? What happened before that's causing this to come up now? And it takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of attention. And so, like, I'm constantly balancing my priorities. Is my priority right now to teach music, to teach content, to teach a concept? Is my priority right now to practice following directions with the little kids? Like, sometimes they're not listening, and I'm like not really a drill sergeant of a teacher, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not like super demanding. I ask multiple times for something, and I don't want to, like, I never really want to be a yelling teacher. I mean, I have had to raise my voice because like the situation, I don't like to do it though. I always feel worse after I raise my voice at children. But like, if I've reminded somebody multiple times, then I'll be like, stop it. And then like, but then what if my priority is having them follow directions? Then I completely change up my lesson, and I don't do what I had planned to do. But then I don't know, like just the amount of students who need those supports is higher than usual, and it's because they were not in school, not socializing, not around their peers for a year and a half, 2 years, and they don't know how to socialize. They don't know. It's a skill to mind your own business and not tell people what to do. It's a skill to ignore people who are not following directions. And it takes time for the adults to really set those expectations, stay to the expectations. It's oh, that makes sense, Karen. Oops. Down. Hi. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Hi. We have a visitor. Hello. Hello. Hello, Susie. She's a baby. Oh, baby. I love this kitty. Are you saying that mommy should go? That you've been live for 2 hours already? So you should go? You should cuddle me instead? I love this baby. Oh, she's bonking me, you guys. Oh, she's so cute. I love it when she bonks. She's a bonky girl. Bonky baby. Bonky cat. Hi, bonky cat. That makes sense, Karen, that you should keep washing your hands, because I mean, the sanitizer kills 99.9% of the germs. And also you're just rubbing them around. Oh, baby. Oh, my baby. Oh, my Susie. Look at my Susie. She's so cute. Yes, she's a cute baby. Oh. See, when my weekends are like this, you can't ask for anything. Can't ask for anything more. A stream, a cat, stitching. It's great. Right, baby? Yeah, I think I should go and commence with my planning. She's so sweet, Betty. I love my kitty. This is Susie. For those of you who have not met her, this is my cat, Susie. She's 10. We adopted her from the SPCA. And she doesn't have any teeth. She has like 2 teeth. Oh, baby, look up here. And she is a lap cat. She needs special food. She has prescription food. I don't know what she's looking at. I think she sees herself, actually. You see yourself? Yeah, she's looking at... I have the YouTube open, and she sees herself over there, and then she sees herself in the OBS that I'm... that I have running. She sees herself. Is that your twin? Or is it you? She's kind of like spooked. Are you spooked? Yeah, she's a little spooked. Cute baby. Yeah, she has special food, prescription food, because she's probably been fed cheap cat food her whole life, and eventually that makes their bodies have crystals in their kidneys. So she's on a special diet, and we can't, like, we can feed her pill pockets, but she can't have any regular cat food. And she's on medication for thyroid. But she was a perfect cat for us. We needed a sweet cat, and she's a very sweet cat. Oh, baby. She loves baby talk. This week we kind of think, we're starting to think that she's had kittens before. Because, like, her belly is really big. And she kind of gives off, like, mama cat vibes a little bit. Like, she is kind of a protector. Like how she sits on our lap. And somebody told me, I can't remember who told me, but if cats follow you in the bathroom when you go to the bathroom, they're protecting you. I think my sister told me this. They're protecting you because going to the bathroom, you're really vulnerable. So she wants to protect us when when we go to the bathroom. Are you a protector, baby? A mama baby. Susie, shut up. Guys, oh. I love her so much. She melts my heart when she sits on my lap and looks at me and slow blinks. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Tell me more, baby. We get our 2 angles here. 2 angles for the baby. She deserves 2 angles. Like, look at this cat. She's so cute. What a good way to end the stream, baby. Uh-oh. Well, I guess it's good that I have my lesson plans on the computer here, so I can stay here forever now. Oh, Betty, that's so sweet. So the chart is Modern Folk Embroidery, Mystery Stitch Along for 2022. I don't know if you're familiar with Modern Folk Embroidery. And then the fabric that I'm using is 32 count Evenweave. I think it's a Jobelan that I got at my L&S. And I'm using a hand-dyed floss from Almond MnMs, Ymir. If you go to either my Instagram or my YouTube, one of my videos, I should have her linked somewhere. Almond MnMs Studio. But my style of stitching, I used to, or not used to, I still do, but I was stitching on full coverage for a while. I started quite a few full coverages last year in 2021, And right now my kick is tiny stitching. So Karen Needlebug, who's been commenting, sent me 56 count Evenweave, and so I've been stitching some tiny things. This is Schoolgirl lessons. Where's my pattern? I don't know where my cover photo went for this, but that's Schoolgirl lessons. And I'm doing a few quirky Quakers. So here's one on 56 count. Quirky Quakers are by Darling and Whimsy Designs. Those are all, that's linked in my latest video, but it's teeny tiny. This is on 56 count over 1 using sewing thread, Invisifil it's called, which is also linked in my latest video, but it's like the size of a penny. Usually if you stitch this on like 14 count, it would be like this big. So that's what I'm into now, and now I want to do everything really teeny tiny. But then this one is also a 32 count. It's a Quirky Quaker. This one is 39 stitches by 39 stitches. This one is 43 stitches by 43, but the size difference is significant. 56 stitches per inch, 32 stitches per inch. And I'm bumping my kitty. She's so cute. Oh, cute baby. Oh, poor baby. Poor kitty. Yeah, I'm really into stitching on tiny counts now. It's my jam. She sees herself again. That's so cute. See, right there. There's you, 2 times. You can see from this camera she's looking at the screen where she can see herself. So cute. Yeah, Betty, I need to get back to my full coverage pieces. I have quite a few started. I filmed a whip parade at the beginning of the year, and I haven't done any more. I haven't worked on my full coverage, so that's, you can see what, you can see those in my whip parade. And I go live every Sunday. I sit on here and stitch and gush about my cat and eat breakfast, apparently, and drink coffee. Started drinking decaf, everybody, because I love coffee, but it has too much caffeine, and then I don't go to sleep. So I found some decaf. Oh, decat, calf, decaf cat. Oh, shut up. I gush about my cat all the time. Susie. Oh, baby. Oh. My heart, she's melting my heart. Okay. Ooh, a Blackbird sampler. Is Blackbird the one that does all the Beatles charts? I haven't gotten into much Blackbird. Let's just look at them, because I have a cat on my lap, and I don't need to go anywhere. Oh, yeah. I recognize some of these. Let's just go on the basic 1, 2, 3 stitch. I think I'm going to turn these off. Oh, we need one of them on. We need to light our Susie. Yeah, those kind of samplers have not really been my thing, but like big houses are kind of like, on 56 count, it would just kind of be like, whatever. But I think I've seen a couple that I like of Blackbird. I'm looking at I'm looking on 123 Stitch and they have like a bunch of houses and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. I love coffee. Oh, yep, they do, haha, I said do. They do the Yellow Submarine. That would be fun. Yeah, I just want to stitch everything tiny. Zweigart, we want 56 count Evenweave. We want 56 count Evenweave. They have, is Blackbird the one that has the Raven chart? The Nevermore chart? Now that I think about it, that last song was not cool. I haven't been really into alphabets either. So some of these charts have alphabets on them and I'm like, I don't know. Oh, they have Raven, what's this called? Raven Bewitched. That one looks cool. But that's the same motif a bunch of times. Eleanor Bigby. Cats on Parade. There's a black cat. I see all the black cats these days, you guys. Lindy Stitches, Bloom Where You Are Planted has a black cat among skunks, and I'm gonna have to get that chart. Oh, Julie, awesome. I mean, now that Karen is supplying me with all of the flosses I need for tiny stitching, in addition to me buying all the tiny flosses, you know, I'm never gonna run out of things to stitch. Oh, maybe it is Leela's Studio, the Nevermore Raven. Do you know what I'm talking about? That one's really cool. The Edgar Allan Poe. Also a guy, Nutty. Maybe. Also in a Baltimore thing, Edgar Allan Poe is buried here, or he has some memorials here, which is kind of cool. Maybe in ink circles, maybe. See, you give me a lot of confidence, Nutty, because you stitch on 56 count linen, which I know is possible, but I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled by Karen. Karen is like, Karen, you're like the cross stitch fairy godmother. You're my fairy godmother. I'm Stitchy Cinderella. I'm gonna change my channel name to Stitchy Cinderella. I'm Stitchy Cinderella and my godmother is Karen the Needlebug. Fairy godmother. Oh, baby, give us a good slow blink. Oh, cute kitty. Oh, cute baby. Oh, cute Susie. Oh, what a cute cat. Oh, she's such a cute cat. Yes, she's a cute baby. Is she not just melting your heart like she's melting mine? Where do I put this? How about right here? And now the stream has turned into a cat stream. She's so dang cute. Sorry, I know you don't like your butt touched as much as you like your head touched. You have to pet the kitty gentle. Gentle with the kitty. Oh, baby, are you tired? Are you tired? I don't know if anybody here remembers when we first adopted her. And I was like, I don't know if we're gonna let her sleep with us. And we would kick her out. And now she sleeps with us every night. She's learned the boundaries though. Like Dylan has way more boundaries than me. he will kick her out if she like stomps on him too much. She's not, she can't tiptoe. She's not, like, in terms of cats, she's not like a cat when she walks on the bed. She like stomples. You did not. No. You did not do that, Nathi. Are you serious? I hope you're not saying that you dyed something for me. Oh my gosh. Aw. I'll be adopted by you. That would be amazing. No, not really, Betty. Sometimes I've met cats that if you pat them pretty aggressively, they kind of like it, but it's kind of like it's uncomfortable, but they like it. But not Susie. Her tail whips a little bit more the further down her butt I get. She likes her head being petted, though. I need to clip my nails. They're kind of out of control. Watch this. I'll show you a magic trick. Her tail isn't that active right now. It's kind of active, but watch this. Thwap, thwap. I guess you can't really see it very well because my pants are black. Thwap, thwap, thwap. Oh, poor baby. All she wants is to sleep. But I love you so much, baby. I love you so much. I love her. You didn't dye your stuff? Okay, I want to be surprised, so don't tell me. If you dyed fabric for me and not yourself, I have an embarrassment of riches, you guys. Like, that's how I feel. But what's funny is that, like, I would do exactly the same for people if that was my thing. Like, if I dyed fabric, I'd be sending it to everybody. And I feel like sharing all of my fancy floss with people. And my Susie floss drops. Because it's really special when you connect with people. I feel really lucky that that I started these streams and then started interacting with people online, because I don't know, it's kind of a practice of showing love and respect to strangers, which I didn't know how much I needed that. And these lives and interacting with people on Instagram and YouTube has shown me that. Betty, I think some do. Oh, okay. But you're sending me a piece of 55 count. Betty, I follow a cat person who had a black cat, and the cat wasn't terribly old, but the cat was kind of old. And actually, I think he went gray because of a disease he had, unfortunately. And he passed away from it, but it made the hair on his face gray. I don't know if some black cats have a little brown in them, but Susie, like, in the right light, you can see that she has a brown tint to her fur, like especially on her feet. So I see brown sometimes. Oh, I need to brush her. Do you want to see a little 56 count stitching? I could stitch on my school Little House Needleworks Schoolgirl lessons. Oh, here it is. I found it. Since apparently I don't feel like ending the stream yet, I'm glad to see more. I'm glad to see people have left, because I mean, I love that you're staying and listening to me, and chatting with me, but I'm doing this with this. I should stitch a little bit on this now, because I'm reclined and everything. And I have the floss threaded up. Yeah, right? Like, I know that you don't want anything in return for all the riches that you've given me, all the wonderful things that you've given me. But it's the connection that we enjoy and that we cherish. I agree. Ah. Interesting. So my black cat is not actually black. She's brown. Can't figure out where I'm supposed to be stitching here. I don't know if Judy is still here. Judith, was that her name? Who's asking about the needles? Julie. If you're still here, I'm stitching on with the beading needle now. Oh, that's why. I love that little factoid. This is what happens when I try to do something. I get distracted. So here I was like, oh, I'm gonna get off the stream, and then I got distracted. Talking about how much I love my stitchy neighbors and my cat and tiny stitching. With a baby. Not really. Yeah, Betty, I kind of can. I can't do it without a light. It is pretty small. Not the in here. We've been talking about fabric together. She does some tiny stitching too. What? It's just so cute. Yeah. When I first started stitching this pattern, I was like, I want to stitch this 4 times and try all the tiny flosses. I'm not going to stitch it 4 times. But I will be stitching other things. Bye, Christy. I should too. I should finalize my lesson plans. And get ready to see my friend. Betty, I find myself squinting a little bit more when I am stitching on this. And also, I have eased myself into it. Like I was stitching 25 count last summer, and then I tried 28 count, and then I tried what was my jump? I don't think I tried 32 count before I tried 40 count, and then I tried 56. So I did ease myself into it. Okay, Kaylee, it's time to go. So let's say like one more song. How long is the song? 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Okay. When this song is done, we gotta go. Because I'm just having too much fun. I could stay on here all day. Maybe that's the reason why I should go to Twitch. Although there are live channels on YouTube for long periods of time too. This is certainly longer than any floss tube video. We just got very distracted by a cat. I should start putting the project that I work on in the description, so that if people want to go to it or find it, if they watch this back, that they can find it. That's not that much work, right? Yes. Yeah, that's true. Thank goodness you can speed people up on YouTube. Unless you're on a TV. YouTube needs to figure that out. They need to be able to, they need to change it so you can speed stuff up on the TV. I have accumulated too many materials too quickly, because this was one of my first tiny stitching, and I want to try all the other flosses, but I'm not finished with this one yet. So Okay, that's the song. Stick to it, Kaylee. Okay, Kaylee, I'll stick to it. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Susie says goodbye. Susie says it's nap time. Gary. It's Gary. Susie says goodbye. Tiny Stitching says goodbye. Yes. 2023. I'm going like every other year. I spent a lot in 2020. It's my spending year. Build my stash. Say goodbye, Susie. Oh, sweet baby. Yeah, peace out, everybody. Have a good day. Bye. Say bye, Susie.